My objectives are a little bit different than I think I understand a lot of people probably see when they're in some dilapidated situation and they can't function in a normal fashion. And so with this project, we're endeavoring to try to rejuvenate my entire body back to age 18, which is by current medical standards it wouldn't be considered to be a normal objective. So it's really something we're trying to pioneer. And so I think more specifically the things we can address today that are more practical is I do have some discomfort in my right shoulder. I grew up playing a lot of sports, baseball, I use my arm a lot. And I think over time it's just slowly worn out. And so lately I've been experiencing weakness in my shoulder where if I do a bench press or a push-up or even some movements, I'll feel weakness in my shoulder. Otherwise my joints I don't feel any pain. However, in looking at the imaging, there is meaningful deterioration in my joints. Like there's various things that I have that are problematic. So it's not like I don't feel anything, I can't feel any pain, but there's still deterioration that has happened. And so I'm hoping to address both the discomfort in the shoulder and also rejuvenate what has been lost with wear and tear of my joints.
Okay, I think what's unique is if we were to take an MRI on anybody who's, say, 40 years of age, we're going to see some signs of active lifestyle and wear and tear. And the question is, do those correlate with day-to-day discomfort? And in medicine standard in the United States, it's, well, we treat as injuries come, right? So, hey, my shoulder hurts, so we're going to treat it. And perhaps a new way of approaching this in the future is more from a disease prevention point of view. And to be honest, we don't quite know how these cells are going to affect any potential imaging.
The cells have traveled 5,000 miles from Sweden to the Bahamas, kept in cryotanks filled with liquid nitrogen. Now they're being thawed and are just 30 minutes away from the clinic. Once they arrive, we'll have a limited window of opportunity to inject them into my body before they expire. Okay, the cells just got here. We have 2 hours before they expire. Let's go. The cells have just arrived. The sooner we can get them into my body, the better.
All right, Brian, so right now we're just prepping the area to keep it clean and sterile. I'll walk you through every step. The goal is for this to be as comfortable as possible. So first what I'll do is feel around your knee a little bit, and then I'm going to give you a little local anesthetic. I'm going to try to aspirate his left knee. There could be a little trace amount of fluid. So do you see on the machine there, Brian?
Yes.
That black track? So ultrasound's great at showing soft tissue and fluid. And that's the little tunnel pathway. That's beneath the kneecap into the patellofemoral joint. And that's going to be, it's like landing a plane. I'm going to guide my needle through that little path. And you'll be able to see, if you want, Dr. Patel, if you want, can you grab that? You'll feel my hand, a little tapping here. 3, 2, 1. Okay? So next I'm going to try to remove the fluid. The theory is out with the bad, in with the good. And watch that little area and see if it drains. See it shrink, see the fluid coming up on the screen? Whoa. You're doing great. It's pretty trippy, huh? So the body creates its own lubricant called synovial fluid. And if you look at it in a microscope, in a patient with discomfort or arthritis, it has a pro-inflammatory imbalance, like that yin-yang symbol where there's too much breakdown and not enough repair. Just give me feedback. It's the first time I've ever done an injection. So I just looked it up.
Wow, that's entirely...
And then watch this. This is really cool. Like, it's very viscous in nature. You see that?
Oh, man. That's all.
So if you were to look at it in a microscope, there'd be an imbalance of inflammatory proteins in there. And so what we're really trying to do is reprogram. So we do things in the US like PRP bone marrow. We're trying to shift the body to an anti... Okay. Thank you. And we're studying these mesenchymal stem cells that have been called medicinal signaling cells. They're almost like mobile paramedics. And so if you think of our body as made of 37 trillion cells approximately, just coursing through our body. And when we have an injury, like if I were to get off this chair and bang my knee, that would trigger an injury response where these mobile cells, they're called pericytes, and they release and they travel to the area of injury. And so we're trying to mimic that response. And what we found is that in the published literature, these MSCs have the ability to significantly tamper or lower inflammation.
This is an intricate procedure. The doctor has only got 4 milliliters of the solution, which is tiny, and he has to balance getting that liquid exactly where it needs to go, with working quickly so the stem cells don't expire before entering my body.
Watch, see the flow of the cells, Brian? It confirms an accurate placement. And also I have no resistance, I'm not hitting anything, which makes it less painful for you. Okay, little pinch, 3, 2, 1. So that's it for the left knee. You did great.
That was so much easier than I thought. I was expecting a lot more pain.
It's like a bad date. You keep the expectations managed.